Greetings. It's a Sunday night and it's way too late, and I'm trying to kind of keep it quiet because I don't want to wake everyone else up in the house. And but I wanted to put down some notes in video format, I guess, to just to elucidate how I feel about the state of dialogue in America today, and specifically the state of dialogue in America today as it relates to one of my favorite podcasts, the Joe Rogan Show, Joe Rogan Experience. So I'm saying these things, I guess, in a little bit more of a formal format than I normally do, and my friends are probably getting really tired of hearing me defend Joe Rogan. But I only do so because, and I've given a lot of thought as to why, what the Joe Rogan Experience symbolizes to me, because I think it's more than just yet another person being attacked and shut down and canceled and censored. And I think, to me, it's like I said, it's symbolic of the fact that it's not so much the personality behind the microphone; it's the technique of dialogue that I feel like the Joe Rogan Experience has given me, shared with me, and through doing so, taught me some new things about just interpersonal communication. I think that that is an area where right now the United States is lacking. And maybe it's the world, but I only know about the United States. So it seems to me that right now there's a push to have more conflict and confrontation than dialogue. And I don't think that's a good thing, especially anytime you have a tribe of people that are going to be better unified. And I think that the United States needs to be unified again. And we should be unified. I think we have a lot going for us. We've got a lot further to go, but we've come a long way. And there's been a lot of sacrifices for what we have here in the United States. And, I believe that whether you're a hardcore lefty or a hardcore right-wing conservative, you have a place here in the United States, and your place should be respected by other people. And I suppose that's what I've learned from listening to Rogan, as a guy who began listening to him thinking I was a pretty hardcore left-wing liberal. I've found myself being more receptive to listening to Rogan talk to people who maybe I think I might disagree with. And what I found on my runs when I listened to the podcast is that through Rogan's patience and goodwill and his approach to talking to people with different opinions, I've sort of learned how to soften my skepticism and just listen. And I think through the experience of doing that, I've learned that for me it's more pleasurable to experience something new, learn about something new, experience a new person, and to change my mind changing your mind is a good feeling. That's not to say that it's easy. It's not to say that it's always what you want to do, but you should be open to it. And I think that through being open to it and open to dialogue and going into dialogue with a sense of goodwill and a sense of hoping for the best for the person who you're getting ready to talk to and supporting them and letting them express themselves in the best way that they can without assuming the worst of them. I think that that's an important thing that we in America are almost unable to do anymore. So I don't necessarily agree with everything that I see on the Joe Rogan podcast. There's times when I'm listening and I'm running and I can tell that the bottle of Buffalo Trace is starting to get pretty light, or I can tell that Rogan is smoking that strain of weed that makes him talk too much and act kind of giddy. And I hear those quotes that are going to be the sound bites tomorrow, and I cringe sometimes when I hear that, because I know that that one phrase will overshadow 4 hours of really good discussion. So I guess to conclude, I don't defend all of his opinions. I don't defend all of his guests' opinions. I don't agree with all of them. But I do agree with the general spirit of the show. And I think that throwing that out with some unfortunate utterances is a mistake. And I think that we have to be careful about shutting people down. Not just celebrities who make $100 million contracts. We have to be careful about shutting the person down who's sitting right next to us. We have to be open to listening to them more. We will be better if we listen to them more. And that's all I have to say. Have a good night.